YouTube has finally sent me my 20,000 subscriber YouTube plaque, and I thought it was time for a quick unveil, followed by a full home gym tour of 2024. The No Fake channel, checking in. Jonathan here with a full and complete home gym tour of 2024. But I need to warn you in advance, the basement beauty I'm about to show you is massively overbuilt.
An embarrassment of riches, as they say.
Completely unnecessary and is in no way indicative of my meager dad lifts. I will tell you quite frankly, it's a full-time job hiding the true cost of this basement home gym from my wife. By the end of this video, I am going to unveil to you the true mortgage-sized cost of my basement home gym, but I want to know from you, comment down below, how much do you think you've spent on your home gym?
I want the truth!
Most people scroll through their social media feed and they see these outlandish, amazing, pristine home gyms, and they think it frankly just happens overnight. That you dump everything you could possibly want into your cart and then with one big, massive Thanos mouse click, My home gym origin story is like so many others. My very first piece of equipment was a Bosu ball, followed quickly behind by an ab wheel and a pair of homemade parallettes so that I wouldn't have to drive 20 minutes to the gym just to train abs. After that, I just built my home gym one piece at a time, essentially getting a new piece of equipment every birthday and every Christmas. Now, when 2020 hit,
that escalated quickly.
And a few weeks after taking on my home gym and lifting here full time, I realized I was never gonna be going back to a local gym. And I'll break down my reasonings for that at the end of today's video. For the longest time, I was lifting down here without a power rack. I was making do with a junk $75 Amazon squat stand. And ultimately, there were just too many close calls. I got sick and tired of making the sign of the cross before every big major lift.
But did you die?
So I decided for the sake of safety to pony up the money and get a power rack. Enter the Rep Fitness PR4000, and boy oh boy, did I get lucky. I was on a very slim budget at the time, but I still wanted to get the color combination of my choice, so I went with this over the Titan Fitness and over the PR5000. I actually liked the whole spacing in the bench region better on the 4000, and frankly, I don't lift that heavy and didn't feel like I was losing anything by not going with the 5000. I say lucked out because I had no preconceived notions or premonitions that Rep Fitness would continue to expand their PR4000 and 5000 series, and they did. Not only with attachments like the Aries and the Athena and the selectorized lat pull down. As you can see, I have since expanded this power rack to a 6-post power rack with the Athena and the lat pull down, and I even went a step further by really amping up the customization by going through plate snacks. And on top of that, if that wasn't enough, Rep Fitness has also improved their safeties as well as their J-cups. When I was first building out my home gym, I was training on a fairly cheap Bowflex bench that had a pad like a slip and slide. And now, well, we've upgraded from there. I do have the Rep Fitness AB5200 2.0, and not only is this bad boy stable with a crazy grip of a pad, I will tell you the vertical storage on this thing is an absolute lifesaver.
Forget about it.
It may seem that the Rep Fitness AB5200 has it all. It's got the two-tone coat, it's got the wide base, it's got the knurling, it's got the stainless steel handle, it's got the beautiful clean grip pad, and it's got that extra price tag.
Pay that man his money.
Like most things in my basement home gym, my barbell collection is overkill. I've got 3 bars and I absolutely could get away with just 1 bar. I know some of you have simply gone down that rabbit hole of barbells. For reference, I was lifting down here with a $100 Walmart barbell for the longest time and didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. It is nice to buy once and cry once and get exactly what you want in a barbell when it comes to the knurling, the color, the coating, The bar thickness, get it really customized so that once you buy it, you don't have to worry about it
forever.
With all that high and mighty talk about barbells, I will tell you, you can't have enough auxiliary bars. They are my absolute favorite. And for you longtime lifters, I think auxiliary bars are in the future for you. We're starting off with curls for the girls, a rackable easy bar. If you have a power rack, I highly recommend a rackable easy bar. I will tell you that an easy bar is a great way to save your wrist. You can do a bunch of exercises with this, but if we're just being honest, and I like to think we can be honest, guess what? I only curl in the squat rack with this thing. If you love bench pressing, but you don't like hitting Snap City, absolutely need to get yourself a multi-grip bar. This protects not only your shoulders, but also your wrists. Now you can see you've got different handle options, but it puts both your arms and your wrists in a neutral position so that when you do the bench press, you're putting all that emphasis on your chest. Also, you can get them where there's no deficit. This is the Rep Fitness one, so you've got two handles that have no deficit, and then one handle where you're gonna be going below your chest. And I find that having that deficit is fantastic for really activating your chest and getting a crazy range of motion. How many multi-grip bars do you need? In reality, one should be plenty, and you wanna get the right one for you, so you wanna do your research. Another auxiliary bar that I don't know how I lived without is my open rackable trap bar. If you love your deadlift, and we know how great deadlifts are, you know that your hands are typically in front of your body, and that is not a natural position. You know this because if you just stand up relaxed, where do your hands go? Down by your sides. With an open trap bar, you are able to keep your hands at your side. It almost dumbs down the exercise, but in a good way. The weight itself is more centered for your center of gravity.
Hot diggity dog.
If you go with an open trap bar, it will have a built-in stand, making it much easier to load the weight. And while as weightlifters, we love to lift heavy things, it's still a bit annoying and frustrating to have to load those plates on the side. You can do a number of different exercises with a rackable open trap bar. Now you go online, you're gonna see people squatting with them and benching with them. Forget that, you're never gonna do that. Well, you're gonna do it once, put it on social media, tell your friends about it, and then never again. My favorite open trap bar exercise besides the deadlift is the shrug, and you can get a much nicer squeeze, contraction of your traps.
And it feels different. It feels fantastic.
The safety squat bar is fantastic for protecting your body. It comes with a nice thick pad so that if you've got shoulder pain when you squat, forget about it. You're not gonna have that anymore. If you've got wrist pain from getting your wrists way back there, nope, not anymore because your wrists are in front and they're in a neutral position. If you have lower back pain, like many of us do, myself included, you will find that the safety squat bar actually reduces some of the strain on your lower back, and because of the thick pad, it actually reduces some of the strain on your vertebrae as well. Now keep in mind, the reason it works that way is because of the pad, the way that the bar is positioned on your body, it actually moves the weight almost a little bit forward in terms of the center of mass of the weight.
You just gotta keep living, man.
A quick timeout on the home gym tour in order to go through what's in my refrigerator. Now obviously if you've been a long time subscriber, you know I review a ton of supplements, but as everybody knows, and as I often will say, the best nutrition is of course through whole food. One of the things we try to emphasize, especially with our kids, is to frankly buy higher quality food, even if it means spending a bit extra money. As an example, this Fairlife milk is expensive, but it comes in with less fat and sugar than typical milk and more protein. If you have children, you probably know what it's like to live with a picky eater. So even when we have foods that are inherently unhealthy, like your typical hot dog, we go out of our way in order to get higher quality. This is all beef, no preservatives, no nitrates. It's more money, but tastes delicious, and it's better to give to our children and ourselves. For my protein sources, I will do ground turkey, chicken breast, salmon, or any other type of fish, as well as once or twice a week, I will eat steak. Vegetables, another major thing that we need to be doing a better job of, myself included, and I always try to get in some sort of green once or twice a day. Usually it's going to be broccoli, sometimes it's asparagus or just string beans. Now, the kids love their fruit. I typically won't eat much fruit during the week. If I do, it's blueberries or strawberries. Now, for the majority of my carb sources, I tend to be pretty boring. I usually go with steel-cut oats or parboiled rice. For the biggest, most expensive, and completely unnecessary purchase for my home gym has to be urethane dumbbells. I bought these as a present to myself for my 40th birthday, and they ran 6 G's, and completely unnecessary. I am perfectly happy using adjustable dumbbells in my training, but man, oh man, nothing gives your home gym that commercial gym feeling like a pair or a whole set of fully knurled urethane dumbbells.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Probably the most underrated pieces of equipment in your home gym have to do with storage. Now, personally, I prefer a plate tree rather than rack-mounted storage. While I think the rack-mounted storage ends up being a lot more convenient, having the plates on each side, being able to load a bar much easier, I think this looks more aesthetic. Now, choosing the right plate for you is all about preference on your lifting style and which you prefer, as well as your budget. Now, for me, I still love my cast iron American-made plates. I got them both from Rep Fitness and the ultra-thin weighted-out plates. At the end of the day, I almost always gravitate towards bumper plates for the main reason that they are a lot more quiet than cast iron. I will tell you that when I train early in the morning, these two are sound asleep and I don't want to wake the dragons. Also, one of the benefits of bumper plates is that they will protect your floor slightly more than cast iron. And if you're like me and you happen to bump your plates into your power rack or your other equipment, they will actually have a bit more protection. Remember, an organized home gym is a happy home gym, and there is nothing worse, nothing more frustrating than trying to train in a cluttered home gym where you're stepping over random pieces of equipment. Whenever I feel like my home gym is getting too cluttered, I will do a purge, removing anything that happens to be a duplicate or something that I have just stopped using on a consistent basis.
Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out.
Making your gym feel like your gym and not just a bunch of gym equipment that you happen to place between the washing machine and the Christmas ornaments is huge. And that is why I am a massive fan when it comes to customization. Now, you've already seen the red and black with the lumberjack hat to match color combination I've got going on down here, but gym customization goes so much further than just picking a color combo that you happen to like. If you have a selectorized piece of equipment, even if it's old and ancient, you can actually give it a facelift by utilizing Plate Snacks. They do some fantastic work. You can obviously go on their website and buy something off of their website that they've already designed, or you can just send in your own design, or just frankly tell them what you're looking for and they will make it for you, and it will instantly be a one of one. Most of your time training is actually between sets, and that kind of causes you to look around your home gym. So there's no better way to customize your home gym than with wall art. Now, you can go out and get the flag of your specific country, or you can buy flags of content creators that you already watch and enjoy. But the thing that I love to do is to, quite frankly, make my own. The wall posters that you see around my home gym, I had designed, and they range in price from $20 up to $60. But these things are not flags, they are banners. They're meant to be outside in the elements and in the UV, and they have held up extremely well down here in the basement. But when it comes to personalizing your home gym, I think there's no better way than simply getting a customized piece, one of one. And that's why I got the Rue box from AbMat. If you're not familiar, it is an overpowered OP plyo box that is 100% customizable, made in America. But the great thing about it is not necessarily just the internal frame or how well it's built or the foam on the outside to protect your shins if you take a digger on a box jump, but the fact that they will put your specific logo of your gym right on the top and the bottom. Now, there are a ton of great companies out there doing customized belts, but the ones that I want to highlight are American made. And this one right here is Belt Fed Strength, great company, as well as Pioneer. Now, this is the lever belt that I had. You can get this thing customized in so many ways. It's almost unbelievable. The one thing about their website that they need to fix is that they actually have stuff on their website that you can choose, but that's not actually listed on their website. If you submit your photos and stuff like that, they can actually customize a belt. I saw a Bluey belt inside and outside, the cartoon for kids. It was like ridiculously amazing. And then this is probably my favorite belt to use continuously, is their hybrid belt. It's both leather and nylon. The amount of support it delivers is fantastic. It's easy on, easy off. They actually used to have red on their website. They took it down, and I just simply messaged their customer service and said, hey, can I get one of these in red? And they said, sure. Here are a few pieces of equipment that I absolutely love, but no one seems to want to talk about. Number one has to be an arm blaster. These are a dime a dozen for sure, but they do absolutely blast those arms, and it's a great way to kind of remove some cheating from your bicep exercises. Next up is a neck harness. Now, there are, again, a dime a dozen on Amazon of these things, and they work. It's a great way to add resistance to your neck. I know most of you are just doing shrugs, but this is gonna hit your neck in a whole different way. And frankly, you're only as strong as your weakest link. Speaking of weak links, there are calf muscles that you have never trained before. Enter in the tib bar. Now, a bunch of companies put this thing out. There's only like 200 of them on Amazon as we speak. But the second you use this thing, you are going to realize that you haven't been training some of your calf muscles at all. The older I get, and I'm not getting any younger, the more effort and energy and time I actually put into stretching. And when I first got this calf stretcher, I will tell you, I didn't believe it. I was like, this thing is going to be the next shake weight. I'm going to throw this thing out in no time. I'm never going to use it. I use it every day. It is fantastic for stretching your calves. It is one of those stretches that you feel not only in your calves, but on the front of your legs and your hamstrings and your glutes.
Hold on, I gotta warm up. I don't want to pull a hammy.
Welcome to my cardio corner, the most densely packed area of my home gym, and the one that probably should be used a whole heck of a lot more now that summer is approaching. And I will tell you, my favorite piece of cardio equipment and my favorite piece to hate is the Echo bike, also known as the Assault bike or the Devil's bike. It's just one of those things that I use for a warm-up, I use for training, I use for long distance cardio, I use for short interval cardio. Now, my wife loves the spin bike. She clips in, gets on her YouTube spin videos, and goes to town. I personally use this as a cool down to leg day for more steady state, but I've been pretty happy with this spin bike because it has had zero maintenance over the past 3.5 years. Now, most pieces of cardio equipment are sitting in people's homes doing absolutely nothing. People are using them to dry clothes on, and that's why you see so many people giving away cardio equipment or selling it on Facebook Marketplace at absolutely almost zero cost. Now, this elliptical is a prime example that if you have your eyes and ears open, you can get some crazy, amazing deals on equipment, especially used stuff. This treadmill you see here, I got for free, gratis. I got it from a relative who was looking to just get rid of it.
Cannonball!
In 2020, when the pandemic hit, we were all forced to train in our home gyms, whether we had one or not. For many people, once the gyms opened back up, they booked it back to their local gym because they found that they didn't enjoy training at home, or they couldn't get motivated, or just frankly missed their friends at the local gym. For me, I chose the opposite path. I drank that home gym Kool-Aid, and I'm never going back. The main reason is, honestly, I get better workouts in my home gym than I did at the local gym. The intensity is the same or higher, and frankly, I'm able to get in cardio, and sometimes I'll even get in some double sessions from time to time because everything is literally right downstairs from where I live. But before COVID, I was already having trouble with my local gym for a number of reasons. First and foremost, because of the kids and the work and everything else that comes with being an adult, I had very limited time to train. I would do so early in the morning. However, my local gym found that most of the people that they hired to open the gym on time showed up late. When you're on a tight timeline and you've got to drive to the gym and then drive back before the kids wake up and before work occurs, it becomes a nuisance. On top of that, there were always these unexpected days off, be it a holiday, or they had a repair, or the pipes burst. It was always something that would eventually throw a monkey wrench in, and there was nothing worse than driving to the gym only to find out that they are closed. And to add insult to injury, now that I've got a home gym and I know the quality of the equipment, the stuff that they had there, it wasn't that good. But the truth is, having a home gym gives you something that is more valuable than money, and that is time. The time you can save not driving to your local gym, and what's worse, driving there to find that it's closed, is priceless.
Did we just become best friends?
Yup!
Another easy way to support the channel, besides clicking the affiliate links in the description, is to simply watch another video. YouTube knows these two bad boys are gonna be right up your alley. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.